The Dune universe is massive, empires on countless planets, galaxy-spanning trade, and wars that change the course of humanity. At the center of it all is Norma Cenva, the woman who unlocked space travel and made it all possible. She's the reason humanity could leave their homeworlds, explore the stars, and connect the galaxy. Without her, there's no spacing guild, no fold space travel, and no Dune as we know it. As this video is covering one of the most important characters in the Dune universe, naturally this will contain spoilers. This is your spoiler warning for the Butlerian Jihad, the Machine Crusade, the Battle of Corrin, Sisterhood of Dune, Mentats of Dune, Navigators of Dune, House Carino, Hunters of Dune, and Sandworms of Dune. Okay, still here? Let's get started. Norma's origin story feels like something out of a tragic sci-fi drama. Born on Rosek, a hostile planet teeming with toxins, her mother, Zufa Cenva, was the leader of a powerful sisterhood that predates the Bene Gesserit. These women, known as sorceresses, wielded extraordinary mental abilities. Think Bene Gesserit on steroids, but without the cool politics. Zufa was a big deal, a legend in her own right, and naturally, she expected her daughter to carry the torch. Instead, Zufa got, well, Norma, a child whose mind was sharper than a crysknife but whose body didn't match her mother's vision of strength and power. To Zufa, this was a crushing disappointment. While the sorceresses dismissed Norma, one man, Aurelius Venport, recognized her true potential. He encouraged her fascination with mathematics, science, and the hidden mechanics of the universe. Turns out, Venport handing her a book instead of scoffing at her was the best decision anyone ever made. By 203 BG, Norma had left Rossack and stepped into the galaxy's intellectual big leagues. Her mentor was Theo Holtzman, a scientist so famous in the Dune universe that his name gets slapped onto tech like Holtzman shields, those anti-laser force fields from the movies. If you thought the guy who invented that tech was impressive, wait until you hear about Norma, because she ended up surpassing him in ways no one expected. Holtzman saw her brilliance and brought her to Portran, a planet obsessed with cutting-edge science. Under his mentorship, she revolutionized technologies that would shape the galaxy from suspensor fields, think anti-gravity tech, to glow globes. Yes, even the fancy lighting. But let's be real, Holtzman was the star of the show, and Norma? She was the genius behind the curtain doing the actual work. By 177 BG, she'd had enough of being overshadowed, so she left to follow her own vision. Free from Holtzman's shadow, Norma went all in on solving the galaxy's biggest unsolved problem, folding space to enable instant travel between stars. Imagine a universe where ships can teleport between worlds instead of crawling through space for decades. That's the dream Norma set out to make real. Her early breakthroughs weren't without setbacks. The first prototype of her space folder was stolen and used in a disastrous test that left slaves scattered across unknown star systems. It was a nightmare. But Norma wasn't the kind to give up. She refined her equations, rebuilt her machine, and kept pushing forward. Norma wasn't just inventing a tool, she was changing the rules of the universe itself. The galaxy isn't kind to geniuses, and Norma's enemies made sure of that. She was captured by the Titan Xerxes, a cybernetic warlord left over from the Butlerian Jihad. He thought torturing Norma would break her. Instead, it awakened her true potential. In the depths of her suffering, Norma unlocked ancient genetic memories and reshaped her own body. Her mind and willpower burned so bright that she annihilated her captors in a single moment of raw mental power. When the dust settled, Norma emerged transformed. Stronger, smarter, and ready to take control of her destiny. She teamed up with Zufa, now suddenly a proud mom, and Aurelius Venport, her longtime supporter, to start building fold-space shipyards on Kolhar. Fold-space travel was no longer a dream, it was becoming reality, but there was still one missing ingredient. That missing ingredient? Spice. You've seen it in the movies. Mélange, the substance that drives everything from interstellar politics to Bene Gesserit abilities. For Norma, it was the key to unlocking the final piece of fold-space travel. Norma immersed herself in spice gas, pushing her mind to the limits of prescience. In doing so, she became something entirely new. The first Navigator. No machine could safely guide ships through fold space, but a human enhanced by spice could. Her transformation wasn't just physical, it was cosmic. She cracked the final code and ensured that humanity's future lay in its own hands, not those of forbidden machines. With fold space travel perfected, Norma co-founded the Spacing Guild, a powerful neutral organization that controlled interstellar trade and kept the galaxy connected. She played the long game, convincing leaders across the galaxy to accept spice-enhanced navigators as the key to safe travel. But Norma's journey didn't end with the Spacing Guild's creation. In fact, it was only the beginning of her next transformation, a shift that would make her a legend across time. Even after the Spacing Guild was established, Norma didn't stop evolving, literally. As she stayed immersed in her spice-filled chamber, her physical body began to fade away entirely until nothing remained but her mind. Her consciousness became a disembodied force, encased in a clear plasma globe, and she took on a new title, the Oracle of Infinity. As the Oracle, she became the guiding light for the Guild, especially the Navigators, who saw her as their patron saint. Pilots would carry their spice tanks past monuments dedicated to her, honoring the mind that gave them the ability to chart safe paths through fold space. But Norma wasn't just some floating relic. She continued to steer the Guild and humanity, offering wisdom and foresight that helped the galaxy survive new challenges. Centuries after the establishment of the Guild, the galaxy faced a new kind of danger, the return of Omnius, the AI overlord that humanity thought they had eradicated during the Butlerian Jihad. While the Spacing Guild maintained its neutrality, the resurgence of machine intelligence was a direct threat to everything Norma had worked to build. From her position as the Oracle of Infinity, Norma began to sense the coming storm. Omnius wasn't just trying to reassert control, he was prepared to wage total war on humanity. This wasn't just about machines versus people anymore. This was a battle for the future of civilization. Norma's prescient visions revealed the scale of the threat, and she rallied the Navigators and the Guild to prepare for a new fight. While the political powers of the galaxy hesitated, Norma acted decisively, using her influence to ensure humanity's survival. In her new form as the Oracle of Time, Norma took a more active role in shaping the galaxy's destiny. She coordinated fleets, guided navigators, and used her immense prescient abilities to counter the machine threat. Her ultimate confrontation with Omnius became the stuff of legend. Omnius had evolved, becoming more dangerous than ever, and had plans to enslave humanity once again. But Norma wasn't going to let that happen. She used her unparalleled mental powers to banish Omnius to an alternate universe, taking him with her to ensure he could never return. It was a final act of sacrifice and courage, one that cemented her legacy as not just a pioneer of space travel, but as a savior of humanity itself. Norma Cenva's story didn't just shape the galaxy, it defined it. From her invention of fold space travel to her transformation into the Oracle of Time, she became a symbol of humanity's ability to rise above limitations. Without her genius, the Spacing Guild could never have established its dominance over fold space travel, nor would Arrakis, the only source of spice, have risen to its central role in galactic power struggles. Every fold space jump, every trade route, every interstellar empire owes its existence to her brilliance. Even thousands of years after her transformation, her influence echoes through the galaxy. The navigators who guide ships safely through the stars, the guild that maintains the balance of power, and the entire foundation of the Dune universe, all of it ties back to Norma. What do you think of Norma? Let us know in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic stories from the Dune universe.